If they try, they would almost certainly fail. They would have to build a lot of ships that are able to land onto a beach. As long as Taiwan is able to defend its ports and its harbors and the few beaches, Taiwan has a very, very, very powerful air defense system.
Hello， 各位朋友们，欢迎来到我的频道。这次的影片呢，有一个非常特别的贵宾，他是来自美国的军人哦。Topher, hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Very good to see you.
Great to see you.
Today's topic, as you know, we are going to talk about China and Taiwan and about the invasion.
Yeah.
The first question is, do you think China will invade Taiwan?
No, I would say that it's actually, if they try, they would almost certainly fail in the attempt. They might try.
They can try.
Yeah, would they succeed? I would bet every dollar I have that they would fail.
Really?
I mean, I live in Taiwan, so yeah.
But you don't feel any stress or any danger?
Oh, I would say that there's an element of danger. There's a little bit of danger. I mean, China can definitely be aggressive towards Taiwan. There's other things they can do besides invade. Blockade, I don't think that's a good idea. Cyber attacks.
They always do that.
They always do. So that's more likely. Cyber attacks, targeted, scams against them. You have CCP centers with people who are trained to scam Taiwanese out of their money. Like something like that could very well be real. I think these other sort of tactics, we call these gray zone tactics, where it's not really
like a war.
It's not really like a war. No one's shooting anybody, but it will still disrupt trade, disrupt economy, things like that. Propaganda is a big
like
threat.
Cultural invasion.
Yes, cultural invasion. That's
like they're buying some people from here, maybe like use some spies, those kind of things maybe.
Corruption, I think, is a serious threat, especially with certain parts of Taiwan. So yeah, it's absolutely a danger. It's absolutely a threat. Will an invasion happen? I don't think so. If they try, will they succeed? Absolutely not.
What if they think that, okay, they want to invade Taiwan? So what is the scenario? What happens at the time?
Okay. Well, in order to invade Taiwan, obviously Taiwan's an island.
Yes.
Right? So they would have to choose the best time to cross the Taiwan Strait, where the waves aren't too rocky and there's not a lot of typhoons.
Okay.
There's not too many times in the year where that can happen. Mostly May would probably be the best month for that, May, June. So they have a limited time frame. They would have to build a lot of ships that are able to land onto a beach and then pull back out and get more troops and then land back onto the beach.
Like Normandia, kind of.
Kind of like that, exactly like that.
The same.
Actually. Yeah, these are called landing craft. Now, Taiwan doesn't have enough beaches that can support that type of landing craft.
Because no sand, right? No sand beaches.
Yeah, there's so many beaches where most of Taiwan's coast is just rocks, and that you can't invade it. And there are many beaches where they can land a craft, but if you get off the boat, immediately there's a mountainside. So
you can pass.
Yeah, it's too difficult for soldiers to, or especially if they're on amphibious tanks.
I see.
So they have tanks that can actually swim in the ocean for a little bit. Now, China has built these giant ferries that are designed to carry lots of people and lots of cars. That's what they do now. These are called ro-ro ferries. R-O-R-O. Roll on, roll off. You drive up, you park your car, and they're shipping lots and lots of cars using these ferries. Now, they've designed some of these ferries to open their doors.
Let the soldiers out?
Well, they can open them at sea.
Okay.
Right, and the idea is that they can let the soldiers out in these amphibious tanks while they're still at sea. The problem is that they're very big, they're very slow. Well, They're big. They're not very slow, but they're slow. They're giant targets. They don't have any armor on them.
Oh, I see.
Right, and if they're using these giant ro-ro ferries in an invasion scenario, they would be full of tanks, amphibious tanks and amphibious troop carriers. These vehicles that can move in the water and then roll onto the land, amphibious. And these vehicles would be full of fuel and ammunition. So a lucky missile strike could trigger a chain of explosions.
Okay.
Across, it would sink the entire ship. Right? There's a phrase in America: "Don't put all your eggs
in the same
basket." So once that basket drops, all your eggs are broken.
I see.
And that's exactly the strategy that they have there. So as long as Taiwan is able to defend its ports and its harbors and the few beaches that a landing craft can land on, then there's no chance for an invasion to be successful. And Taiwan can easily do that, even if Taiwan's Air Force is
strong?
Well, it's very strong. But even without Taiwan's Air Force, without Taiwan's Navy, Taiwan can still do this.
Okay.
They can still defend. So Taiwan has enough artillery to be able to defend all these points. No problem. They can fire artillery shells from deep within the mountains that have the range to reach any of these beaches, any of these ports. So as soon as invaders start to land onto the beach, they would just have artillery raining down on top of them. And once that ship is destroyed, it's useless. And so it can't be used to bring more troops in. And it's blocking the space for any extra ships that want to come on.
See.
It's what we call a choke point in the military. I don't know if you've seen that film 300 about the Spartans.
Okay, I know. I saw it.
Yeah, how these 300 well-trained soldiers were able to stop thousands because of the geography. Everyone had to go through a choke point. Taiwan has a lot of these natural choke points.
I see.
Yeah.
So what about if China uses huge air force?
Yeah.
They don't land, they just use air force, they destroy everything.
Well,
at that point, they can win, maybe.
Well, I don't think they would be able to win because most of the artillery is not in one fixed position. It's mobile. It's on the back of trucks or it's on a trailer, so they can be hidden deep within the mountains, under the trees. So jets flying over, they won't be able to see it. Okay. And they're not giving off any sort of signals that a jet could find. If they're not being used, there's no heat. There's no radar. There's no electromagnetic.
You can't see them.
Yeah, you can't see them. You can't detect them. Now, once they fire, there is a way to detect because you can use radar to detect where that artillery shell came from. But by the time they're able to move in what's called counterfire, Taiwan's artillery can shoot and then move and get out of the way of any potential counterfire. So, will there be zero casualties in this scenario? No, of course not.
Sure.
China will have some successes, absolutely. But I don't think China's Air Force will have an easy time. Taiwan has a very, very, very powerful air defense system. They have a lot of American-made weapons for air defense. Yeah, the Patriot missile systems. They have their own Air Force. And a lot of their, like those F-16EXs, they can outclass most of China's jets, maybe all.
I see.
China does have one stealth fighter called the J-20 Mighty Dragon. I'm not sure exactly how stealthy it is. It doesn't seem like it's super
F-35.
stealthy. It's not at all like an F-35. No.
Do you think United States Army would help Taiwan in case of any kind of invasion?
Yeah, I would say there is
Definitely.
a 99% chance that they will come. Yeah, they will come. Yeah, Taiwan is too important to the U.S.
What is the importance of Taiwan for United States?
Well, Taiwan's location, being the heart of Asia, it is right next to where a whole lot of the world's trade goes through, the Strait of Taiwan. So if there's a war and the killing field is the Strait of Taiwan. That will disrupt world trade. It'll disrupt trade with Korea,
Japan.
South Korea, Japan, even China, Taiwan, the Philippines. Just so it would disrupt the world economy so much. It would make the COVID-19 pandemic look like a fun time. It would just, supply lines would be destroyed.
Block everything.
Yeah, and the U.S. is absolutely not interested in that. Additionally, Taiwan is a big customer of the U.S.
Yeah,
and vice
they
versa.
have to buy.
Yeah.
They have to buy weapons.
Yeah, not only weapons, but the U.S. sells Taiwan
Many
lot of things. Yeah, a lot of agricultural products, a lot of food. It's over $8 billion a year, U.S. dollars.
It's big money.
It's big money. And Taiwan, with its semiconductor industry, Taiwan is able to manufacture things that only a couple of countries can do, down to like the very precise,
they're tiny
nanomillimeter.
Okay, I know.
Yeah, and this stuff is very important for jets and space programs and all sorts of stuff like that. So Taiwan makes so many things that is very important to American technology. So Taiwan is a crucial part of the American supply chain. China's economy is the largest export-centric economy in the world. They depend on exports. China didn't get rich selling stuff to India or Russia or North Korea or Iran. China got rich selling things to the EU and to the USA. So the wealth that China's seen over the past 20 years is because they were business friendly with the West. And the West will absolutely put sanctions. Yeah,
and it will kill China's economy.
It would almost certainly have at least a famine in China. Yeah.
And also Japan would interfere. South Korea also can come.
I'm not sure how much South Korea will intervene in a military sense, but I'm sure that they will do spies, espionage, cyber warfare. I would bet my money that Japan would be a military ally, as well as the Philippines and Australia, and maybe even India.
Helps Taiwan.
Well, I think India would take advantage of the situation.
It could happen.
Because their border with China is not a friendly border. You may even see Vietnam start to take advantage of the situation.
Malaysia.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are upset with China and the way that China's been doing business since Xi Jinping came into power. I mean, even people within China.
I see. Yeah. Thank you very much, Topher. It's really very detailed information. I really loved it because I always want to interview. I want to give more information through your experience. Thank you very much. And I know you have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Could you share your YouTube channel so let people also subscribe?
Sure. Uncle Topher. Megwa Susu.
Megwa
Susu. My Chinese is so bad, sorry. So it's all in English, but there are subtitles.
Okay, thank you very much. Very nice to meet you.
Yeah,
我们下次见哦。
Thank you
下次见了。
so much.
好的，朋友们，今天影片到这边，可以支持他的 YouTube 频道，当然要支持我的 YouTube 频道。我们下次见，欢迎留言哦，拜拜。